My name is David Gethin. I'm a senior consultant with PwC. Typical day for me is pretty varied. Consulting by nature depends on the client and the project that you're working with at any given time. So the work we do is often with different companies in a lot of different sectors and can vary in length from anything from a couple of weeks on a project to a couple of years. At the moment, I'm working in the healthcare sector and I'm doing a lot of work, I suppose, stakeholder engagement and issue resolution. So you're trying to implement a new IT system and I suppose remove any blockers that might be stopping that from happening on the client side. So really kind of interesting work involving a lot of communication skills and stakeholder management. Flexibility and ability to adapt. Like I said, it's always changing. So I suppose being comfortable with being kind of thrown into an area that you might not be overly knowledgeable in, become knowledgeable in that area and use your base skills in the background to kind of help the client with whatever issue it is you're trying to solve for them. So kind of comfortability with that and the curiosity to find out and learn more about that particular industry or sector that you're working in. In 2014, I studied global business French in DCU. So I would have spent 2 years in DCU originally and then 2 years over in France in the kind of partnership college over there. And then when I came back, I suppose in my final year, had applied for the graduate program in PwC, had applied for the advisory department and kind of went straight through the regular graduate process and joined since then. To be curious and to kind of build that curiosity, like I think everybody has that sort of innate curiosity inside them, particularly in college, and you're trying to figure out what it is you want to get into eventually. It's something that's ultimately really important in this job, and I think if you can kind of hone that curiosity and use it to your advantage, it'll prove to be actually a really useful skill. It was difficult, but one of the things that I suppose benefited in the fact that everybody went through it together, and PwC were enormously helpful in I suppose accommodating that from a technology standpoint. We had the systems in place, thankfully, to allow us to kind of work collaboratively together online. My own adjustments have constantly evolved in terms of, during the winter, you're trying to put in things that'll make the day less kind of dark from morning till evening, and then during the summer, you're trying to make the most of the sunshine as well. And now that we're going back to some element of hybrid working, definitely trying to get in a couple of days a week to try and, I suppose, just mix the week up a little bit and get to see people again in person, which is great. Constant learning, so I'm always learning new things. No 2 days are the same. I can firmly stand by that statement. And like I said before, I suppose constantly working with new clients and the new sectors is something that's really interesting for me, just getting to learn about a whole new industry that I know previously knew very little about, and then you're sort of trying to become an expert very quickly in it, is something I find really, really enjoyable.